I guess you
pet.
feel, does that look like me? Yes, I guess it does look like me. Well, I'm used to it now because I've seen so many now from Star Wars. But I remember going back and people saying they're going to make a toy out of you, and I guess I feel I could do with a percentage of all those toys, and that'll make me feel real good.
Have you ever imagined that?
No, just joking. No, sorry.
Have you ever imagined that?
Have I?
Imagine that? Have you ever imagined that? That
Imagine
you were a toy?
No. Yeah, it's just kind of bizarre. It's like when I first came in here and I looked at this. There's a thing you go, gee, that's right, that's me.
It's weird.
And like these were my thoughts. Oh, that's me. Gee, I like my muscles. I look pretty cool. I think this film might be big. I need to be in a big film. Yeah, so those are some of the thoughts I'm thinking. So I think it's pretty cool. And like the toys and that. I think that's what's happening with all these comic books. And it's all about the merchandising and the toys. The film's only just the first part of it. Just to get the psych worked up so you can go buy the lunchbox and the toys and the drink bottles. And this was all started probably through George and them. I spoke with George Lucas, and he told me they tried to close him down 3 times. People thought his Star Wars movie was going to be absolutely ridiculous. Even the actors didn't take it that seriously. They were kind of humming and hawing. 3 times he almost got closed down because he went a little bit over the budget. I think he was able to keep the merchandising rights for the film because nobody had heard or even thought of selling toys in relation to the film. So that was the biggest thing that happened. And now, what George has done now is set the precedent for all these ones coming out. And I know I go back to New Zealand, there's going to be a Green Lantern lunchbox that I'll have to buy for my daughter one day. And, and so to be part of that whole thing, it's like, I think I'll get a buzz when I see my Green Lantern lunchbox. There's my lunchbox. But, I think that's where all the money is, quietly. It's not so much in the film anymore. That's just the setup. And then the money comes as part of the merchandising, the DVDs, the second, the third one.
You walk through the hall.
And in all these conventions here. And you go to these conventions, on those opening nights when they have those one-off, like a cup that's only the one-off in the world, they go for thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's quite... I guess I didn't really think too much about it, or I just thought, well, that's part of it, I guess. I guess we can expect another toy here too. Sure. I'll be able to play with that toy and that toy and see who wins.
Thank you. Well,
People not happy, crime.
How does the movies of superheroes
The superhero
help
movies help.
Yeah.
To be a better world.
Well, yes. It's quite a difficult question. I wish I could pop out of the Green Lantern and fix the problems here, but I think it gives them the ring and zap, the traffic, too much traffic. But I guess it's only for the moment, they can just forget their problems and go watch a movie and be transported to another world. But as soon as they come out of the film again, finish the ice cream, finish the Green Lantern, it's back to the reality, it's back to violence, it's back. I don't think there's any quick fix for these problems. And we have these problems all around the world. Even in New Zealand now. Here's a little old town like New Zealand, but, we're starting to have pollution problems now. We have this green, clean image that we portray to the world. Like one of our catchphrases in New Zealand is 100% pure. It's the last place in the world to get green and clean. But I know, the rubbish, pollution, these worldwide are big problems now in the world. And, we don't make these films we don't even think about those things. We're just thinking about our scene and our dialogue and trying to make trying to get an emotion or trying to get the best shot we possibly can. We're dealing to the art. We're not dealing to the problems of the world, I think. But I wish I could answer, because I know some of the problems, especially here, is so much more different to what we have in New Zealand because of the population here and the violence. But hey, unless I've been served for president or something with Arnold. Arnold's in trouble now, huh? 1 minute he's the governor and he's the Terminator. Now he's trying to be Invisible Man.
Now he's Inseminator.
Yeah. But it's funny. But I know. Look, I've been watching the television and it's something that I'm not here to kind of get into. But I can respect the traffic and the violence here. I remember I got scared in one of these small towns in Mexico. Some car almost tried to rob me out of my taxi. One scared Maori running away, yes. But yeah, we're only dealing to the process of the filmmaking and the process of the artwork. But if I can help out in any way, well, let me know. Yeah. Follow me, I'm only here for 3 days.
Mexico, it's very hard. I think when the script for this movie was written, or maybe the vision of the director, probably it was not, when he did all of that, maybe he was not thinking about how to help the world. He only wanted to tell a story. For that reason, I think it's very, very hard when you ask if this movie is going to make a better world, because the real truth about this is that this is entertainment and must be also
Entertainment, yes.
Entertainment, and separate that from reality. I know something in a movie can be inspiring, and I think that happened in many movies.
Yes.
But to solve a social problem, and especially a social problem like the ones that we have in Mexico.
I was involved in one film, like in New Zealand. I was in a film called Once We're Warriors, and this dealt with domestic violence in the film. Like I was playing an abusive husband that drink too much and punch everybody. Now, when this film came out, all the places, sometimes a woman is living with a husband who beats her. The husband beats the wife. But after we made this film, Once We're Warriors, in New Zealand, the houses of refuge houses where the woman could go for help, they all increased in numbers. So the film inspired or helped women in that same predicament. It inspired them to do something about it, to change. So, so there was an example of a film that I was directly related to that inspired women to...
Really, it's entertainment. It's mostly entertainment. And
Well, even like the Avatar, too. It was
Yeah,
like about
Avatar.
indigenous people that were trying to
Exactly.
keep their...
about saving the planet.
Yeah,
stuff like
saving
that.
the planet, yeah.
But it's inspiration, I don't think people should get confused with that, a single rock and roll song could save the world, or one movie can save the world, the Avatar can save the world. It can. It can inspire people to think, but people, us as humans, we all have to take a responsibility to actually do something about it. And that comes from leadership. That doesn't come from movies or art. That comes from leadership. People sacrificing something of themselves to show people that you have to do that.
In one of
if you want.
those
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. For me, when I found out I was Django Fett, as I said earlier, I was going, yes, I'm Django Fett. But then I actually didn't know who the hell Django Fett was. So I said, who's Django Fett? So then I had to go get the movie out, right? So I got the first one out. And Boba Fett wasn't even in the first one, right?
No.
And then it wasn't until the Empire Strikes Back that he showed up. So I knew, through some people I knew how popular Boba Fett was. He just had a following. So I think I was blessed. Django came off what Boba Fett had already established. And so for me, it was just like it had already been done. The foundation was already there. And plus I looked a little bit cooler with my silver and blue outfit. And he was all beat up, isn't he? Boba Fett's all beaten up, taking the
But you got to take your helmet off too and show
Yes.
your pretty face.
Yes, then I got to take my helmet off, which was really good for me. Every time I see they go, which one were you in Star Wars? I go, I'm the good-looking guy with the helmet on his head. Yeah, but it was good. We could take the helmet off, and I had that relationship with the son.
Daniel.
But I was just really warming to my character. It was like when I thought I just got killed a little bit too early. I thought George could have spent a bit more time with Jango Fett in his spaceship or Planet Camino. There's some great stuff on that too. But yeah, I think that's why Django became so popular too, was through the Boba Fett establishment. Establishing all that relationship to the character. And then of course the Clone Wars came, and then because I was Jango Fett and they had cloned me, so there was then they had a younger version of me in the Star Wars, yeah. And then my son, so it was kind of, when I got cast as Jango Fett in Star Wars, the lady came down to New Zealand to look for my son and the person in between. So I was driving her around. We were going to a few meetings. I was just showing her some people to look at. And when I was driving to one of these places, the policeman pulled me up because I was traveling too fast. So the cop came up to the window. And I said to the cop, "This is your lucky day. This woman here is the casting agent for Star Wars. Which part do you want?" And you know, the cop still gave me a ticket. I was trying to get off the speeding ticket.